Hello folks, thank you for joining me today for the Vision of Veritas. Sorry I don't sound the same here today, I'm not feeling too well, but I came across this CNN clip. It's in regards to the, and I say this in quotes, the quote-unquote Capitol attack. The clip is called New Video Shows Pelosi Schumer Scrambling to Save the Capitol. While I normally wouldn't show the whole thing because it's a little bit longer than I'd like to put in here, it's almost 5 minutes long, I think it's important to show the beginning of it and how CNN is trying to set the tone, so to speak, in order that CNN can justify the comments from Pelosi that we're going to hear. If they didn't have this long crescendo up until what Pelosi said, it wouldn't be this easy for them to air, even though it is CNN. So let's take a listen here, and I've seen some places specifically bring up the fact that Pelosi wanted to punch President Trump. And while that is a huge issue, and God forbid a Republican ever say anything like that about a sitting president, I think what's more important is what she said afterwards. Let's take a listen here.
It's never before seen footage.
Yes, ma'am.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi shown fleeing the U.S. Capitol as it was under attack on January 6th. The videos captured by her daughter, Alexandra Pelosi, a documentary filmmaker.
We have got to finish the proceedings or else it will not become tricky.
She provided some of her footage to the January 6th Select Committee, who played clips in their hearing Thursday. But in the roughly hour of additional footage obtained exclusively by CNN, we see lawmakers transforming Fort McNair, a military base 2 miles away, into a command center to communicate with Vice President Mike Pence and others, even considering reconvening the congressional proceedings at the military base.
We're being told it could take days to clear the Capitol and that we should be moving everyone here to get the job done. We're at which has facilities for the House and the Senate to meet. We'd rather go to the Capitol and do it there, but it doesn't seem to be safe.
While Pence evacuated the Senate chamber, he stayed behind in the Capitol with his security detail.
I worry about you being in that Capitol, though. Don't let anybody know where you are.
I'd like to know a good goddamn reason why it's been denied.
Then Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer shouting at Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy after hearing a rumor Trump blocked the National Guard going to the Capitol.
Please move. The whole Capitol is rampage. There's a picture of someone sitting in this chair of the Senate. We've all been evacuated. There have been shots fired. We need a full National Guard component now. She said it was not denied. I'm going to call up the effing Secretary of DOD.
A group of lawmakers, including Republican leaders Representative Kevin McCarthy and Senator Mitch McConnell, calling Acting Defense Secretary Christopher Miller, urging a faster response.
Getting there in one hell of a hurry, you understand?
Got you loud and clear, leader.
And Pelosi and Schumer also confronting Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen in a heated phone call.
No. Please answer my question. Answer my question.
Senator, I'm going to do everything I can do.
Does that include asking the president to get these people who are followers of hers to leave the Capitol?
Finally, word coming from Pence that it was safe to return.
I'm literally standing with the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police, and he just informed me their best information is that they believe that the House and the Senate will be able to reconvene in roughly an hour.
Good news.
Which they did just after 8 p.m.
Let's get back to work.
The footage also showing Pelosi before the attack.
And let us hope that they will see the light and have their own epiphany on the other side.
Participating in a video call with House Democrats from our conference room. The same room that was ransacked hours later by rioters.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Now, if he comes here, we'll want to the White House.
Pelosi later seen reacting to Trump's speech.
You can see them marching up.
And the rioters making their way towards the Capitol.
Secret Service said they have dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment he is not coming, but that could change.
Oh, he comes, I'm going to punch him out. This is
Oh,
my
wow,
moment.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm going to punch him out, and I'm going to go to jail, and I'm going to be happy.
Now, once you look past all the drama, once you look past the mention of the kangaroo show trial that doesn't allow for anything from an opposing side, putting aside the fact that the Capitol Police quite literally ushered the protesters and they took away the barricades, they took down the gates, and they physically ushered in the protesters. Putting aside the fact that Pelosi's daughter just so happened to be in there filming a documentary. I mean, I don't ever remember a documentary being filmed for any other presidential transference of power, ever. It seems awfully convenient there, doesn't it? Almost as though something was planned, but not in the way that it's being peddled to you, the everyday consumer. Did you also notice how they deceptively played the clip of President Trump saying, "We're going to walk down to the Capitol," then cut that clip off because right afterwards he said, "Because we want to walk down to peacefully demonstrate and protest," to peacefully demonstrate and protest.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Today we will see whether Republicans stand strong for integrity of our elections, but whether or not they stand strong for our country.
Remember, Democrats can't paint a true narrative here. They can't have opposing arguments from the other side, and they also can't accurately show you and portray what truly happened. That would detract from the narrative and the lies that they're trying to push. Alright, and now we're coming to the meat and potatoes of this. Yes, Pelosi does say that she wants to punch the president out, referring to Donald Trump. And yes, we all know that if a Republican had ever said that about a sitting Democrat president, there would be investigations. There would be the most nonsensical show of it for months and months to come. But that's not what I want to focus on here. It's what she said immediately after.
Oh, he comes, I'm gonna punch him out. This is my
wow,
moment.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm gonna punch him out and I'm gonna go to jail and I'm gonna be happy.
She said, and I quote, "They are trespassing on the Capitol grounds." Now, for some of you that may seem innocuous. They're trespassing on the Capitol grounds, but to me that's a problem. Last time I checked, that Capitol belongs to we the people. It doesn't belong to we the politicians. It doesn't belong to we the God Queen Pelosi. It belongs to we the people. We the people own it. We fund it. We the people maintain it. And subsequently, we the people are the ones who have to get special permission to even be near it, let alone in it. I think this really speaks to the holier-than-thou status that not just Pelosi, but politicians as a whole have with how they look at us peons down here. These are the same politicians that have no problem eviscerating your rights. These are the same politicians that have no problem pissing all over your First Amendment rights, have no problem eviscerating your Second Amendment rights. These are the same politicians that have no problem letting murderers go free, but January 6th protesters for trespassing on the people's house, on the people's capital, they're being locked in solitary confinement for an obscene amount of time. This is unconscionable. If the roles and the parties were switched, you know this would be handled entirely differently. Democrats would be justifying anything that happened to the Capitol, just like Democrats justified the shooting of Republican congressionals at the baseball game in Virginia. For those of you who forgot, Democrats justified it saying, well, what do you expect to happen with the state of the political climate? This was when President Trump was in office. Can you even fathom a Republican saying something like that about a Democrat congressman being shot? Such a thing is unthinkable. I mean, again, out of a drunken horse's mouth, she said that we the people are trespassing into her holy sanctuary, to which no one, for the exception of the select few, is allowed to venture. Who the hell does she think she is? If this does nothing else, this shows you the state of mind of maybe not all politicians, maybe not even all politicians on the left, but certainly those who wield the power to shape the narrative that we the people are below those with whom we supposedly elected in the freest and most fairest elections ever held in the United States. You know, these upcoming elections for midterms, I know we say this every year. We say this all the time, that every time these come around, these are the most important elections that are going to be here and yada, 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 so on and so forth. This time, though, things are different. The stakes are actually extremely extremely high. We have a president that was installed into power, a dictator, in truth, an authoritarian dictator that has no regard for the Constitution, that has no regard for the Bill of Rights, that truly couldn't care about what goes on in this country. I mean, he covers up the crimes of his son and then says they never took place. We are truly living in pivotal, dangerous times here. We're at the proverbial fork in the road. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to turn left and keep on the road to a true authoritarian dictatorship? We're already at the part of a banana republic. We're already there, make no mistake, with our rights slowly being taken away, with your ability to no longer speak freely, especially digitally. It may not seem important, but everything is digital nowadays. If you don't toe the company line, you are censored, you are blocked, you are kicked off entire platforms. But what do you want to leave? What kind of country do you want to leave to your kids? Do you want to leave a country that is similar to when you grew up, when you could speak your mind, when you could have an open and honest debate and not be shut down because of your political position, because you didn't agree or had a differing opinion from the narrative that was being forced down your throats? Do you want that for your kids and the rest of your life? If you say yes, then you're in the wrong country, my friend. That is not what this country was founded upon. That is not what the United States of America stands for. Or do you want a country that is in line with the Constitution, that respects your rights and the rights of others? Do you want to continue living in a country that values everybody's opinion, but because of transparency, because of the ability to have open opinions, public discourse can take place and truth be found from that public discourse? If you want to continue living in a country where freedom and liberty is precious, where life is precious, if you want to continue living in a country where the family unit is valued, where there is absolute truth, where right is right and wrong is wrong, if you want to stand for morality and principles and leave that legacy onto those who come after you, do not elect those who will take it away. Do not elect those who have no regard for liberty, no regard for life, no regard for freedom, no regard for the foundational documents that allowed this nation to be the greatest nation on the planet. Do not allow those who would take it away to be elected into office. We have to hope and pray that these elections are truly free and fair. There are provisions in the United States Constitution for when our foundational documents, for when our foundational principles are no longer followed by those whom we elect, or at least we think we elect. We can't allow it to come to that, but this has to be rectified. Thank you for joining me today for the Vision of Veritas, where we do whatever we can to point out the lies, deception, and the never-ending hypocrisy of the left. I'm still a brand new channel here. I'd really like to grow this, so please like, share, and subscribe, and send this out to all your friends. I cannot do this without you. Thank you, my friends, and take care.